Hi, and welcome to the WHYcast, episode 19. I'm Nancy.
Hi, Mats.
And we are the hosts of the only podcast about a hacker camp in the universe. This volunteer-run event will take place this year in the Netherlands, approximately 42 kilometers above Amsterdam, from August 8 to 12. So, Ad, what are we talking about today?
Well, it's becoming a tradition. We have news, we have interviews, we have a vacancy of the week, we have some messages from listeners.
And we finally have sold more than 50% of the tickets! Yay!
Yeah, we don't have to go back and re-record and do stuff like that, because now we actually blew past the halfway mark by a lot.
I guess payday, it was payday, end of the month moment. And now people were like, okay, now let me get a ticket.
Yeah, that was definitely you can definitely see that in the statistics. Suddenly, it almost froze. Payday came by, and double the amount of a regular day. Yeah, so that was probably it. But now we can safely say we are way beyond halfway.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. There's also been an update on the camper spots. There have been they've added 42 camper spots.
Yep.
But
4 people on the waiting list.
Yes, there's people on the waiting list, so they are with voucher system specifically for these people. So they will be getting their opportunity to buy the camper ticket in order, and I guess by the time this is published, they'll be sold out again.
Who knows? Yeah.
I don't know. That is too far in the future to say, and I don't want to do the re-recording stuff again. So,
but keep an eye out on your mailbox if you have signed up for the waiting list, because you might receive an email that there's a camper spot available for you.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the news already, right? I
think so.
your part of the equation here. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes that happens. It's just because I was so happy about we made it part.
Aren't we all?
In other news, it might also be a great idea to mention yet again that the next in-person meetup will be the 22nd of February in Arnhem at our friends at Hack42. And I've seen that only 7 people signed up, which is fine. But last time, 75 people showed up. So probably this is not reality. And is this not the amount of people that we need to arrange food for? And we really like to have dinner for everybody who shows up. So if you're planning to come, please sign up on the wiki. You can find the meetings in the left side on the left side in the meeting section, and I will also share a link in the show notes. So you can sign up there, and we will see you in Arnhem at the 22nd of February. I think that was it for the news part, and let's talk about where to hack. Each week, we will share where you can find why-minded people, where to hack. So I guess when this episode of the WHYcast comes out, I am on my way to Brussels. To the FOSDEM. So if you still want to come and you listen to this as soon as it comes out, you are still able to make it. So head over to Brussels and go there and meet us there. You can find our big version of the Y light. If you watch this on YouTube, you can see a tiny version of it. But I brought a big Y light as well. So find the big Y neon sign at FOSDEM and come and talk to us. I will be there together with Boekenburm, Crystal, Pindakaas, Marike, and Robert. He is number 3, also part of Team Info, a colleague of Ad. Will also be there, and probably way more Y-minded people as well. But we most certainly will be there. So if you want to find out more or just want to have a chat with us, please visit our stand at FOSDEM. And right after that will be configuration management camp. Camp.
Yeah.
I reacted to a post of one of the organizers on LinkedIn yesterday, Walter, because I know him from the DevOps Days community. So like, oh, thanks for organizing. We mentioned you in the WHYcast. So hereby, yet again, I heard it is a cool camp as well.
Yeah, and
Do we
if you
also
look at the
want to-
URL, then you know why it's called camp.
Camp. It's leaving out all the vowels, so it sounds
Yes.
like a muffled pilot.
Yeah.
And do we also want to share something about the non-existing but existing event Hacker Hotel?
Well, we could. Although,
Why not?
if you don't have tickets, then unfortunately for you, it's already
That's
sold out. I mean, it has been sold
unfortunate.
out for a while now. But that will be at the Valentine's weekend.
Valentine's
Yes,
Day.
Valentine's
Yay.
Day in Garderen, in the same hotel as it has been for many years now. Although they changed owner, it's still the Hacker Hotel.
The Hacker Hotel. And it
Yep.
will be the 10th edition, just like Why will be the 10th edition of the Dutch Hacker Camp. So I guess it's going to be a great party. And if you are there and you are a why-minded person, I will be there together with all kinds of people from Orga with our tiny task lists. We will have a place in a workshop room where we will pick up some things that has to be done. You can come and talk to us and help us out maybe with making blog posts or making a list of event calendars online and making sure that Y is on those event calendars. There are loads of different things that are very, very helpful to the organization. Sending out information packages to hackerspaces all over Europe, for instance. There are loads of things that you can do to help out. So if you have an hour spare and you find yourself at Hacker Hotel, please find the Y room. We will have cookies probably. And
Oh,
tiaras, of course. So find us there and yeah, Y tiara.
yep.
Probably white ears with cat ears as well, which is amazing.
Spoilers.
I know. We will probably have it soon on the wiki as well. Maybe we have it already. If so, I will link the download link down below. And yeah, just let's help each other out. And of course, Ad and myself will be there. So if you think I have an amazing, crazy history story, cool something that happened to me at one of the former camps, please come and talk to us, because we one of the things that takes up a lot of time is history lesson, and that's why we're skipping it again today, because we have lovely interviews. But we would love to have some history lessons for future episodes. So find us. Ad will either be Why podcasting or Angry Nerd podcasting. So you will
No
find
worries.
us and come and talk to us. It can take just 15 minutes of your time and give a lot of fun to loads of people.
Yep. Definitely.
Don't forget to breathe.
Yes. And you said interviews. And if someone is listening and thinking, well, I don't know, should I go to a camp? Should I go to a hacker event? Should I go and socialize with people that I don't really know yet?
I don't know anyone who can come with me, so it's
For
a bit
example,
scary to go there by myself.
one of the places you can visit at Y is Milliways.
Yes.
To call them just a village would be
It's a group of travelers, basically.
Yeah.
But I think the person I interviewed, Obsidian, is explaining it way better than we can. So let's listen to his explanation. Here with me today is Obsidian, and I'm very happy because I know you are at least one of the avid listeners to the WHYcast. So that is very cool, and we've received some lovely compliments as well. So thank you for that. And I'm very happy that you're here today to join me for an interview.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. The thing we are going to talk about today, I guess, is milliways. Most of the people who have been to all sorts of camps probably know exactly what milliways is, or maybe Douglas Adams readers know exactly what milliways is. But could you please explain for someone who has no clue whatsoever, a little bit about who you are and what milliways is?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Obsidian. I am one of the travelers with milliways. I haven't been with milliways all that long. My first encounter with them was in 2023 at the Chaos Camp in above Berlin. I can't remember the name of the place anymore. So what is milliways? Milliways is an international group of technology enthusiasts. Sometimes we're professional. And we offer an inclusive and welcoming space to anyone and everyone from all walks of life at these hacker events, large ones like Congress, Camp, Y, and EMF, but also some of the smaller ones like Easter Egg and GPN. We're not bound together by a physical space. What you often see with villages or assemblies at these events is they're bound by a physical hacker or a maker space, like the one you recently visited in Valencia.
Yeah.
But what we also see is people grouping around a particular theme. Recently at Congress, we had people grouped through their interest in the use of cryptography. They called themselves the Church of Cryptography. So milliways doesn't really have this theme. We are a hackerspace without a space.
Yeah.
And we offer a space for international travelers who might not necessarily have all of their infrastructure aligned to come out to these huge events. So we started as an inside joke in the late 90s, and in the early 2000s, it became very real when a group of underprepared friends from the States visited one of the European camps, and we suddenly started to have to put things together to organize tents, sleeping accommodation, a kitchen, and things like that. And that's grown into what we are now, where we can support 400 to 500 people with a full-serve kitchen offering 3 meals a day and social events in the evenings where we discuss all sorts. It doesn't need to be security or hacking. It can be someone's favorite music or art installation over some drinks. That's milliways.
Very cool. So if people are worried on, okay, what should I bring, or I don't have a tent or anything, they can always try and reach out to you and say, hey, can I become a traveler? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. There are no barriers to joining. Simply turn up and say hello. That's it.
And I think most people are capable of doing that, right?
Yeah, definitely. We'll always find somewhere for you to fit in. A lot of us are very used, either through personal choices or through circumstance, to being in environments where we are not necessarily comfortable. And we try to be as welcoming and inclusive as possible towards everyone who comes towards us. So we won't judge. We'll accept you as who you are in the moment, and we'll make sure you've got a plate with some food.
Awesome. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about your primary needs. That's a good thing. And so from your last experience with milliways, you were at Congress. I've seen a big thing there. Can you cool stories from what happened there?
Cool stories from what happened at Congress.
Or earlier, maybe?
Well, no, I don't mind talking about Congress or any event where I've been with milliways. One of our larger social events that we like to tout and we like to yell is WHYleaks. Usually for one evening and one evening only at various hacker events where we are. We hold a WHYleaks event where you turn up with either a bottle of something special or just a glass if you're underprepared. And you can hang out with a lot of people at these events who you might not necessarily know, and just talk with them about, as I said, your favorite art installations, technology. It can be security or technical if you want to, but it doesn't need to be. And it always turns out to be such a great and welcoming environment to be a part of. And at Congress, it was no different. I saw some members of the YPL, I think
cool.
Pindakaas even turned up,
Oh,
which
most
I didn't
probably, yeah.
I didn't expect to see anyone from the PL there, but it was pretty fun to see.
Good to hear. Cool.
You know, there are people from the Chaos Furs community that turn up. There are people from all walks of life that just come by and hang out. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it's like at any of these events, it doesn't matter who you talk to, everybody has an interesting story to tell, right?
Yeah, really. Honestly, everyone has an interesting story.
Yeah, that's what always blew my mind in the past 4 editions. I went to the Dutch camps at least. Have you been to earlier Dutch camps as well?
No, I haven't. So my whole
Why will
start
be your
with
first Dutch camp?
why will be it will be my first Dutch camp. So
Woohoo!
we get into a little bit of how I got involved into all of this. So I have a group of friends on the internet. We coalesce around a community that likes to hack on phones in a Discord, and they tried to get me to go to MCH in Zeewolde. But I was far too late with organizing, so I couldn't make it out there. But luckily, a year later, or was it 2 years later? Doesn't matter. It was Camp 23, and they peer pressured me into going into that. But one of them is already part of their own community with Chaos West from the Düsseldorf area, I believe. And there are a couple of others who have their own little communities that they stayed with because they go to lots of these events. So I was like, okay, where do I go? Yeah. That's when one of them said, well, you can always turn up at Milliways. So that's what I did.
And the rest is history. Yeah.
And the rest is history. So yeah, Why will actually be my first Dutch camp.
But I see you are wearing an EMF shirt for those of you who are not watching.
Yeah.
So.
So this is the 23 hoodie, the Chaos Camp 23. The EMF was last year, obviously, and I was at Congress.
And you have a white pin as well.
Yes, yeah. I saw Danny started to make the Y pins, and I was fully on board with getting some of them. So I met up with Danny in Hamburg to pick up my little bag of Y pins.
Great. Yeah, that was fun. Is there anything else that you? I mean, it's going to be your first Dutch camp, but you obviously you've been at other camps. If someone has never been to any of these events before, what would you like to share with them, or try to convince them to come?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, you will find your people and you will find your thing. If there is something that you are excited about, if there's something that you know a little bit about and can speak about, you will find people with that same interest, and you'll have a whale of a time. Honestly, it's amazing. You should definitely come. Don't think that you need to be some kind of elite super hacker like you see in the Hollywood films. You don't need any of that.
Please leave your imposter syndrome at home.
Yeah, exactly that. I brought my partner, my wife, with me to EMF. After my experience in Berlin. She is she's into embroidery and textiles and fabrics and things like that, and she liked the vibe, but she definitely found her people and she found her thing. She even helped out with a couple of workshops that she originally signed up to be a part of, but very quickly it turned out that she knew enough to help out with the workshop, so that kind of transformed into her helping.
How awesome is that?
Honestly, to anyone who hasn't been to one of these, definitely come. It will broaden your mind. Yeah,
I think that's a lovely way to put it. It does. It was my first camp as well, was also because my then husband said, okay, he had been to Har, and he said, okay, Nancy, no, not Har, even earlier, I guess. What the heck? And then he said, next time you really need to join me, because this is going to change your worldview. And it's not an exaggeration, I think.
No, it really isn't.
If you are passionate about something, please also do consider turning in a CFP, because there's a stage for everybody. And this is one of the most, well, I think the friendliest crowds to to put yourself on stage for, right?
Yep.
And it's a great way to find your people within the
Yep.
broader community there. I think
Yep.
if
No,
I
definitely.
think
So
yeah,
at
go
the
ahead.
previous Congress, I actually submitted a CFP for one of the community stages,
Uh-huh.
and it actually got accepted, which I was kind of surprised about. So
Yay!
someone egged me on and said, "Hey, you should totally talk about your thing. Why don't you submit a CFP?" So I did it absent-mindedly, thinking at least submitting a CFP, creating an abstract, figuring out a description, and trying to think about how would I talk about this to a group of people. That's a really great practice to do. But then my CFP got accepted.
And you had to.
So I started publicly worrying on Mastodon about, okay, now I need to create slides. But it was great. I had a wonderful time talking to a group of people about something that I'm passionate about. And I got to come away from Congress with some new contacts and some new views on something I thought I knew a lot about, but have since found out, oh, actually, I know something, but not enough.
It was
So it was a great learning
Dunning-Kruger in the
experience.
works. It's like,
Yeah,
I know something. I don't know anything. Yeah.
Exactly that. But it was wonderful. It was honestly really cool to stand on a stage and just talk to a bunch of people who were interested in something I had to say. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, I've been a speaker at MCH, and it really was enriching as well. And if you are a bit hesitant, we can always help people out in preparing, or just reach out to Team Content or to me even. I don't mind. I want to help everybody who is a bit hesitant to go on stage to help find their stage, because there are so many stories who stay hidden because people are a bit too anxious about it, and I think that's a shame. If you go back a couple of episodes to the interview with Bear to Bear, he says you can even talk about breathing insects. Don't know how that pops in my book. You will find people who are interested in the topic as well. But you wanted to say,
I mean, at Congress there was a talk about dinosaurs, right? Yeah. And people loved it.
They did. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
So, is there any last idea, thing that pops to mind, anything that you want to share or?
So if you do come to camp to Y and you come and look for us, definitely have a look at our challenge coins. Have you seen any one of them?
Ooh, yes, I did. You showed me.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a couple here. I don't think my webcam is good enough for these things to show up, but I brought Congress and EMF coins. So each event that we go to, I will actually send pictures so that you can see these.
Cool.
We have a themed challenge coin. So this one is the EMF and this is the Congress.
The Congress version. And there will be a Y version, most probably.
There will definitely be a
even
Y version. Yeah. Every event we go to has its own thematic coin that you can collect, obviously stickers. But yeah, you got to collect them all. We've got some for Ohm, we've got some for Shah, we've definitely still got some for MCH, and sometimes the old ones make an appearance for people who like to complete their collection.
So it's also a little game, which of course is makes me tick because I'm into the gaming shit.
Yeah.
So a great addition. Obsidian, thanks again for making the time for this interview, and
no problem.
Good luck with all the preparations of making Milliways an amazing part of the Y event.
No worries. And, thank you so much.
Thank you. So if anyone is seeing this or listening to this and was still a bit hesitant about, can I come by myself without anyone joining me? Yes, you can. And there are more than enough welcoming places at Y where you can meet new friends and maybe old friends as well.
Definitely. And on the event, you will see many logos, all the Y logos, all the Y stickers, and someone who has been working very hard to make that happen, and now also make the generator happen is Bleeptracks.
Yes. So I had a lovely interview. She will tell us all about how the theme of the Y logo and everything around it came to be. So and also she's showing and telling us a little bit about the generator. And it's already becoming a community thing because someone from a volunteer team actually did a pull request. So very cool.
Cool.
And other people can join in on the fun. So let's listen and watch, if you can, to Bleeptrack.
So we're here today with Bleeptrack, and you did some amazing stuff for Y already, and I've seen a lot of people play around with it already, including myself. So can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what you are doing for Y2025?
Yeah, sure. Hi, nice to be here. Thanks so much.
Yay!
So I'm Bleeptrack. I do a lot of artsy stuff with code. So I'm currently a full-time creative technologist and artist. So I do interactive installations that sometimes end up in museums, and on side projects I sometimes renovate old weird electric cars and stuff. And yeah, I'm active in the German and European hacker scene for a few years now. And well, over the last years and over the last events, I think it grew common to have a little design generator for each event, so that it's easy that everyone can participate in the style and in the event design. And I was very excited that for the last Netherlandic hacker event, I was also already invited to join the design team and work on the generator. And I also was invited this year. So I'm very, very happy that I could peek into the design process and help a bit in building a nice generator website.
Very cool. So we, for the people who are listening or viewing this on YouTube, we actually have an overview on what does it look like. So can you tell me a little bit about the backstory on how you came up with you were also involved in design creation itself, or only in the generator part?
So I think both are kind of shared efforts. So we were all in a way involved in everything. But I'd say the main design was mainly Janneke's idea and work, I'd say. And then my focus was more on a generator, but we were always in a chat and
working together,
bouncing ideas back and forth. So yeah.
Big shout out to Janneke as well.
Yes,
Thanks.
Absolutely. Very, very awesome design. I love it so much. So yeah, we had mentored by Pindakas. We had very nice discussions on which directions we would like to go, and we had several ideas. And what stuck with us was this idea of the 80s and vaporware design, and this gave us cozy, nice feelings. And we wanted to sort of merge this with the idea of having a space-related theme to fit more to the topic. So what hackers yearn for us was to explore boundaries and break out of boxes and stuff. And so exploring space and looking into a positive future was an idea that very stuck with us in a way. So this is why we came up with this merged 80s space look. Yeah.
Lovely. Very, very cool. And I think you also added a new feature just 1.5 weeks ago, but maybe you can tell a little bit about the generator. And in the meanwhile, we are sharing your screen as well, so people who are viewing this on YouTube, they can see it as well.
Oh, yeah. And I have to say, so actually, I did not implement the newest feature. It was a pull request. I'm very excited to have the first cool pull request by Ocarine, who pinged me because at first I haven't seen that there was a pull request ready to merge, and that added a nice new style for the angel design.
Thank you, Ocarine.
Yeah, so awesome. And everyone, if you have the feeling that a feature is missing, feel free to add it, and we are happy to merge it. Or if you do not feel confident enough to add it yourself, you can of course also ping us and say, oh man, we totally need this or that, and then we can see if we can somehow make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the
Love it.
main thing. So when you open the generator, you end up at you're basically at the Y logo, right? And then you can start playing around with this. So maybe you prefer different colors. So you can set all the line arts in different colors. But you can't leave the style. So we gave it a bit of bounds that you need to stay inside the main theme. But of course, if you download the files and tinker with it yourself,
Go for it.
You
You are
for
allowed
it.
to hack it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then maybe the main fun thing is you can enter your own words. So maybe we want to say hello world, of course. So you can switch it around to whatever you need. Maybe you want to have a different angle. You can do like rotations and stuff. Flip the words if you discover that they are the wrong way around. Or there might be some occasions where you want to flip the bottom word to also be upright because it's easier to read. So it depends a bit on your use case.
Yeah.
What works better for you. And more or less, that's the main feature. So now you have your nickname in there or your assembly name, and you can just hit download and decide if you want to have like a regular picture or you need a vector graphics because you want to print it on a 5-meter fabric piece, whatever you want to go for. And but there might be some occasions where you need different things. So for example, you can go to monochrome mode. So maybe you are more into like silk screen printing or something else. So maybe you don't want to have colors. And if you download, then you get a black version and a white version in the download folder. So no, it's not always white. We give you both. And what you also maybe want to have is a starry background that looks like this.
Yeah.
And you can change a bit on the sizing and the rotation here, depending on how you want to have it to look. And then a little button pops up. This is this preview feature because the stars are tiles. So it gives you like a pattern that you can, like tiles. You can put like in a grid, and it gives a big image for you back. Because we were thinking of maybe some people would like it to have it as a background, or for, I don't know, posters or slides or whatnot. And the fun thing is the stars are paired to what you entered as a text. So each text will give you a different starry pattern.
Very cool. So you can create your own solar system based on the words that you type in.
Yep, absolutely. So this is that. Maybe you just want only the stars. That's also possible. You can deselect. The logo if you don't want to have it. And the newest feature that is here. That is the angel version. So you can also get like the angel wing stripes, neon stripes.
Yeah.
And
so
the Saturn ring, likes the rings flip up to become like the angel crown.
And Ariel, it's called in
exactly.
Dutch. I don't know if that's the English word as well, but
we all know like the
halo. Whatever. It's called the halo.
The halo. That's it. The halo. The Saturn rings become the halo. Perfect. That's the newest feature. So if you are into angel organization stuff, maybe that's a thing that you want to use. And then I can announce one thing. There is an Easter egg in the generator that I won't maybe reveal now. So maybe if you want to play around with that, you can find an Easter egg. And I'm not sure, maybe interesting for some of the, the algorithm nerds on how that starry pattern works. Yeah. So we set random points for the stars, and then we do a minimal spanning tree. That's the thing that I think a lot of people had to implement in their computer science studies once, maybe at least I had to. So it's a minimal spanning tree. So you have like basic connections to the stars. Yeah. And then with a certain randomness, we drop out some connections. So not everything is connected, but only certain connections. This is how the patterns are created. That works in code. Nice.
So if people have found the Easter egg, they can leave it in the comments, and we can check if it's the right Easter egg. Oh, that's always cool to yes. I really think it looks very amazing, and I've been playing around with it a lot already, and been using it for of course our social media posts as well, because it's so nice and clean and quick and handy. So yeah, I really enjoyed myself playing around with it, and so cool to hear that Okarin did a pull request. So anybody can add or use it or add new features to it if they want to. So what's the best way to reach you if they have any questions?
I think actually on the Why wiki there is a whole a page about design. So maybe you also need the font for some stuff that we're doing, and there should be emails to us.
Yes,
maybe not directly.
We
to
will
me,
put
but
it in the show notes. Yeah. Yeah, all the information on the whole design is there. The font is called Bayon, and there are, well, everything is there. The colors, everything you need. And if you are missing something, you can always reach out to the team, and we will send the link in the show notes. Is there any cool story, because you were there at MCH, the last edition of the Dutch Hacker Camp? Is there anything cool that pops to mind of something that you that happened there, or
Oh, there was so much cool stuff going on. And sadly, I was there only very short. I was there only for one afternoon. So that was like extra short. Yes, very sad. So I hope for why I can do the whole time.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh man, I had it was such a nice day. And my personal highlight was maybe that we took there was some people who managed to do the ferry through that little sea, right? They connected two stations, and there was not many people were wanting to ride the ferry at the moment. So they just made a little like tour for us, and we just ended up at the same place. And there was a nice flag basically of the hexagons that were made with the generator from the last time. So there was like this color change through these hexagons. Yeah. And man, that looked so cool. I haven't seen that this was created with the generator before, and I was kind of mind blown how cool that looked. And that nice flag was like fluttering in the wind, and I was on the sea, and it was a great day. So I have still like very nice photos from that ride. I really enjoyed that, and overall there was like so much cool stuff going on. I had so many nice chats only in one afternoon. I can't imagine how nice it must have been to be there for a whole week.
And this time you will be there full.
I'm planning to. I can't promise, but I'm planning to. Yes,
it would be great to have you there all the time. Of course.
Very excited.
And maybe if someone has never been to a camp or an event like this before, why do you think they should go?
I think from my perspective, the best part is meeting very interesting, cool new people without time pressure in a way, because like I think on camps it's extra nice that it's a longer event, and you are very in focus there, because there's not much from the outside coming in, not much news and not much disturbances. It's like just cool people vibing.
This weird little bubble you're in. Yeah.
Exactly. And this is such a unique experience.
Yeah.
And I'd say even if you don't have much contacts into the hacker scene, or if you don't feel confident in a way, just try it, because people are very open and very welcoming, and don't be afraid to just chime in and have cool talks with people. Yeah.
I can fully relate to that. That's great. Bleeptracks, thank you so much for your time now, and all the love and energy that you put in the great generator for Why. Really, really, really appreciate that, and hope to see and meet you in August then.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm very excited to meet all of you and all of the other people in Orga and everywhere and everyone.
Yes. Everybody.
I'm very looking forward to August. Very excited.
I always love to see what people come up with and the creativity and the things that happen in our community, right? It's
awesome.
So awesome. Yeah.
And
so,
if you want to add to the joy, we'll jump into the vacancy of the week, because we're still looking for someone for team lead parking. But there's a bit of a catch there. We could really use someone who speaks Dutch fluently.
And lives in the Netherlands.
Lives in the Netherlands. This is not because we don't want everybody to come and join in, but specifically for team lead parking, it would be very convenient to have a native Dutch speaker.
Yeah.
Also because of the rules and regulations.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because there is someone very experienced in the team, Konmai. We will have her in the show very, very soon about Chaos Post, because most people know her from Chaos Post, but also at all kinds of different camps. She has done all kinds of things in organization and also team parking. So she knows the drill. But one of the things that she told us was like, yeah, but local legislations and things like that, that's really hard for me. So it would be really, really helpful if we have someone local that can help me out with that department. So that's why we had someone, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do so anymore. So take care. Hope you feel better soon. And we need someone for that. Also, Pindakaas yesterday told me that we have, at the moment, 232 volunteers signed up at the wiki.
That is cool. That is a mind-blowing amount.
Right?
Yes.
So to all of you, if anyone is listening, thank you so much. You rock. You rock.
You make this all possible. I mean, yeah. Definitely. And from that, I think we'll go and mention a few other teams. Because one of the emails that we got in the mailbox at WHYcast@WHY2025.org had a question about, well, are there places for me to sit down with my laptop and hack? And yes, there is. There's the lounge, there's the food court area, there's hack tents, there's workshop tents where workshops are given, but there's also all the villages, all the different villages like Milliways, but also all the other villages. There's currently, I think, 44 that I saw on the wiki earlier this afternoon.
Counting.
And counting, yeah. So maybe by the time this goes live, it'll be 50. I don't know. Villages are a really cool way to join the camp with a group of friends, or represent your local hackerspace, your local community group of whatever your interest is. Yeah,
piece of open source software.
Yeah, and on the wiki, Team Villages have published a Villages FAQ, and please go read that. And one of the things they say in there is, a village is a group of people who want to camp together and more or less organize themselves. Sometimes a village also wants to organize or display sub-events, or hacker spaces, town halls for their own village. Some villages might set up a small data center, a hack tent, fancy lights, workshop or talk place, etc. So if you think that sounds cool, go over to the wiki, find Team Villages, look at the FAQ, and sign up your village. And they can help you with getting a tent.
Where to go in the field as well.
Yeah, especially that. And they can also help you get in contact with Team Meubelhaus for some tables and chairs, things like that, maybe a fridge. And if your village is for your company, you might want to check the sponsor page and check the sponsor brochure and the policy. around sponsoring, because in some of the sponsor packages you will get a tent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of sponsors, big shout out to Bit. Thank you, Bit, for being a sponsor again.
Cool to have you back. Definitely. Yeah. And if you have signed up your village and you think I want to do even more, I have a wild idea, or maybe just something interesting for a few people, go look at the CFP. The call for
Yes.
proposals, the call for
papers.
participation,
Or
papers,
participation.
whatever you want to do.
Ponies.
What would you name? Yeah. Oh, call for ponies.
Call for ponies. Why not?
Why not?
Are you a brony? Talk about ponies.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Yeah,
There will probably
or-
be some bronies around
Oh, probably.
in our scene.
As Team Content has put it in their blog post that was posted earlier this week. Should I submit a talk at WHY2025? The short answer is yes. The slightly longer answer is absolutely yes. Even if you doubt people are interested, please read the blog post and head over to the CFP page, cfp.why2025.org, because you'll be surprised how many people also share interest. And especially if you can talk passionate about whatever, there's people who are interested, basically. Because if we look at what other talks there have been in the past, it was wild. I mean,
It was wild.
a
We will have
homebrew
one of the persons soon.
Oh.
Go for it.
homebrew hadron collider, folding clothes efficiently, classical piano recitals, to talks about buying complete prison facilities. I know who did that one.
I've been a speaker about how how playing can make you a better hacker. Playing
Yeah.
serious games.
Yep.
Yep.
And have you seen the talk about someone who accidentally bought a water tower?
No, I didn't. I might want to watch that back.
That one was also funny. So yeah, it's really broad what is on stage. And like I said, if you have something you're passionate about and you want to talk about that, it's probably going to fit in somewhere. So please go head over to the CFP and read the FAQ and submit your talk or your workshop.
Yes.
Yes. And with that, I think we came to the end of what we have for this week.
Yeah.
So if you want to leave your feedback, if you have any questions or comments, you can put them down in the comment section down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, wherever you are, click the link and the like, share, and subscribe buttons and do all the social things. And you feel free to send us an email at WHYcast@why2025.org. And with that, thank you for listening and hope to see you next Friday.
WHYday.